If I give one of my other children out to strangers, that I'd be arrested for it, to be honest. But I'm expected to give my immobile, deaf-blind, non-verbal child to complete strangers and expect them to know what to do with him and care for him in the same way that I do. So Charlie was born at 26 weeks and he was an emergency cesarean, and it was all like quite a blur, you know, he was taken away immediately down to ICU and he was ventilated and everything that you need to do when you're that size. When he was about 6 or 7 weeks old, he stopped breathing a number of times and he had renal failure, so he started to deteriorate to the point that Waterford couldn't do anything with him, so they had to send him to Temple Street because it's the only chance he had of survival. And even when they put him in the ambulance, to be honest, they didn't think he would be there when he came out the other end. They left Charlie. I don't leave Charlie, to be honest, but you know, I don't. He stays with me then, and then at about 8 o'clock I feed him. I do so, and then we dress him. Everything that you do with Charlie, there's like huge spaces between because you can't feed him and move him and
for feeds.
Yeah, because he'll vomit on you. And
and he's peg fed, isn't he?
No, he can eat orally and peg. In the morning he eats peg because he's not very good in the morning. He's very congested and sluggish and stuff, so it takes him a while to come around. And Charlie has uncontrolled epilepsy, so he uses Sabril, Keppra and Epilum, he does. And then he uses muscle relaxants and inhalers and Zoton for reflux.
Yeah. And would he have many seizures a day? Or does he have?
He's better now than he was before because he's on the ketogenic diet, which has him more controlled. But whereas he's more controlled with it, it involves an awful lot more care with him. You have to monitor him an awful lot more, and you have to feed him every so often and check his blood sugars and ketones, and all his food has to be weighed exactly to the gram to make sure that it's right. And if you even a gram out, like you'll cause Charlie to seize uncontrollably. So where it's good in one way, it's a lot more work in another way.
You're here 3 or 4 years now, and you're nearly finished your time. How has the centre helped you in any way?
Do you know, the centre practically keeps me sane, to be honest. Like, Charlie's not the sort of child that you can just leave anywhere, and you know, he needs constant watching and monitoring, and he needs someone that knows him and is on top of it at all times. And that's the one place that I can leave him, that I'm confident that he'll be looked after, and you know, that I can actually go away and for an hour and breathe, to be honest. If I give one of my other children out to strangers, that I'd be arrested for it, to be honest. But I'm expected to give my immobile, deaf-blind, non-verbal child to complete strangers and expect them to know what to do with him and care for him in the same way that I do. So I'm just not comfortable and confident enough with them to do it, to be honest. Charlie needs, most importantly of all, consistency. He needs somebody that knows him and knows exactly what you do with him and when to treat him. Not someone that's just going through the motions of, we do this to him, we do that to him, and just because he has cerebral palsy and some other child has cerebral palsy, they're very different children. Like, you know, he's an individual. Like, he needs someone that's going to treat him that way. But when you're not watching them, it's very different. I know I sound like a proper control freak.
No, but this it's a thing we want to introduce in Touching Hearts, respite service after school, because Charlie will be in school obviously soon enough, and after school you'd be nice to going back to someone that's familiar and they know, and they'd leave him for an hour and you can gather, you know, do things with other kids, because other children are there as well, like, you know.
Like, they miss, like, even when I was just thinking about it last night, they miss so much to do, really, don't they? That you just don't think about the time, because you have to do what you have to do. For Reese's communion, I was in hospital with Charlie, and even though everyone tried to get him out of the hospital so he could attend to it, he couldn't. So I literally had to leave Charlie in the hospital, run out, get dressed in the car out the back of the church, and go in, like, just things like that, If there was someone there that you trusted, that you could have. You know, that could be a wish.
And in fairness to the nurse and doctors, they think Charlie, when they see him, he's sick, and they think this is normal.
That's it.
And they don't know whether he's in better form.
That's it. 2
days ago, and you're trying to explain to him that this is not his form.
I know. If he doesn't come in with an actual illness or something like that, they can't get that. They just think, oh, that's just Charlie. That's the way he is.
The funds we're raising for this Touching Hearts cause is going to help people like Helen and Charlie avail of respite services in after-school care, whereby Helen would have familiarity with people that work there. They'd know Charlie, and there would be no fear of Charlie having any problems, especially with his health.
I'd ask everyone to please click on the link below and support this worthy cause.